Hello beautiful people, it's Bridget. Welcome back. So today's video is going to be a more positive one. The last video I did was on disappointing products, so I'll leave that video linked down below if you haven't seen it. It's just on 8 products that I've never mentioned that I found pretty disappointing. And today we're going to talk about some instant favorites. These are products I tried for the first time and was like, ooh, you were a fantastic thing, and I haven't changed my mind about since. So without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. These are my own personal opinions. It's okay if we disagree. It's just makeup. It's not that serious. Little disclaimer as always, and now let's get into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about a couple things that are on my face today. So the firstly is the eyeshadow. Now this eyeshadow is a little dark for what I usually do. I usually do something kind of similar to this a lot. This one's just a little bit darker than I'm used to, but I do like it a lot. Like, I really like it. And it is the Rust palette by Melt Cosmetics. First time I tried this, I loved it. Every look I come up with this palette, I love. Melt is a very inconsistent brand where you cannot trust them all the time, and their quality is either hit or miss depending on what palette you get. But this one is such a hit. Like, it's so freaking good. I did look at it quite a bit since it came out, but it was nothing I died to have because I hadn't really been wearing that many warm tones. But since having this palette, I love the warm tones now again. It's been a while. This is the cover of the Rust palette. This is the color scheme on the inside. My favorite thing to do with this palette is just something really simple like this look, where I just kind of started off with these 2 shades in my crease, kind of built it up, and then went in with darker tones in there, and then popped a couple shimmers on the lid just to give it a little bit more of a metallic-y feel and really blend everything together. I absolutely love the color scheme in here. I feel like the little bit of mustard, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of peach is so perfect, especially with this light base in here, which is a little bit more of a yellowy white base. If you have a medium or warmer complexion, medium skin tone, darker skin tone, warmer complexion, warm undertone, this kind of yellow creamy shade would actually work really great for you for setting under your brow bone area. For me, it's a little yellow, but I use the yellow shade in this palette anyway, so it doesn't matter, but I just love it. It's just so good. Like, I love every single look I come up with this palette. The other palette I chose, I only chose 2 because I didn't want to do a whole video of palettes again like always, but the Yes Please palette by Colourpop. Now this is what's in my brows today. So my brows are literally just this palette from Colourpop. Wow, they're actually really straight today. I don't know what that's about, but they're straight and it looks fine. But honestly, this is just one of my favorite palettes of all time. It's Colourpop's first ever eyeshadow palette. It was sold out forever, and then when they finally got a restock that I actually got my hands on it, I was super stoked. I did review it years ago when it came out, and it's still just one of my favorite palettes. I've had 2 of these. This is the second one I've had, and I just adore it so much. I depotted the first one, but then I kind of just got rid of the depotted one and got the newer one. This is so cute. I mean, it technically goes this way. I don't like the cover of it. I feel like it's really just like bleh. And then the Yes Please in the front just doesn't stand out enough to me. And then the back's like really hard to read too. But it was like one of those first ever palettes that had like a poppy yellow, and people are like, ooh, because yellow and reds together hadn't really been done in palettes before. They might have been in like 1 or 2, but really yellows and reds together weren't really a thing at the time. And this was like a revolutionary color scheme. And I still think it is. Like, I still love it to death. So this is the palette, or this is the shade G&O that I usually put in my brows. And then for like the tail where I don't really have brow hair, I'll add some of the darker shades. So I kind of tap in between these 2 shades for my entire brow, and it works out lovely. As an eyeshadow palette though, not just in my brows, it's one of my favorite palettes to use. It has like this beautiful cream shade for setting underneath of my brow bone area. It has my favorite yellow of all time in it. And like, I just love it so much. There's a couple of shades I never use. Like, do I ever use this orange or this shade? No, but the shades that I do use in this palette, I use all the time. It's always my go-to stuff. And I will leave all these products linked down below for you just in case you want to check any of them out. Let's move on to an obvious thing. The Ofra highlighters. This one's Pillow Talk. It's my absolute favorite, so we're bringing out Pillow Talk once again. But in general, Ofra highlighters are stunning. Like, they're so pretty. This one has pan on it because it's my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and I don't have any other highlighters in my collection that compare. It's base pigment to it. It's metallic, not glittery. It is metallic for the gods. This one is not Pillow Talk on my face. This one is I think it's Island Time. It's from the Snuggle Up duo. There's like a gold side and the blush. This is the gold side, and it is so pretty, and it's been on for like 2 hours already, and it still looks phenomenal and like dewy and pretty. It makes my skin look so smooth and nice. It doesn't enhance texture on the skin. It just, it's so good. It like coats the brush with one little tap in there. Like, hitting pan on an Ofra highlighter is like a kind of a big deal because it takes a lot to hit pan on these things. You only need like a little baby amount. So freaking good. So good. Let's do the other stuff on my face. So I actually ended up using a lot of my favorites on my face today and not even realize I was filming this video yet when I did my face this morning. But this is a newer thing I've just tried, and it's amazing. I love it to death. It's so freaking good. Okay, usually like if an eyeliner is black, like a liquid liner is black, I'm like, all right, cool, nice, I'll use it. I don't have like favorite eyeliners. I kind of use whatever comes in like a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy, and like I like that eyeliner, or maybe I bought the NYX Epic ink a couple years back. Like I bought like 3 of them because it was just black enough for me. I never realized how much the tip on a liner and like how much the formula not spreading makes the world of difference until recently, like 2 weeks ago when I opened this calligraphy eyeliner from Glamlight. It is so perfect. Here's the tip on it. It's very sharp. It's a very sharp, fine tip. It doesn't bleed into the lines of the hand or on your eyes. I feel like it's so freaking precise. The tip on it isn't too soft, and it isn't too hard where it hurts either. It's just a nice, perfect in between where it gives you a little bit of give if you want to spread it out, but it doesn't like bleed everywhere, and it doesn't make it all runny. And it also gives you more control to it because the tip is semi-firm to it. It is genuinely like a really weird shape. I kind of like that it's like a feathery thing, but I love it. Like I love it dearly. Like if I run out of this, I would repurchase it, and I never repurchase eyeliners. Next up, the primer on my face today is the Juno & Co. Moonshine Cream. I'm a Moon affiliate. I'm a Juno & Co. affiliate. If you want to buy this, I'll leave my link down below. And you can use code Porcelain if you want to save more money off of it. It's already affordable. But I just think this is kind of bulky, like packaging wise. However, the product inside is such a really good moisturizing primer. Now, I'm going to have to buy another one soon. I'm kind of towards the bottom here. You can't see because there's so many lights. Maybe you can't tell. I don't know. But it's just a really great moisturizing cream. You kind of just like, I take my finger in here, take a little bit off my nail, and I use it and covers my entire face, just like a little amount. And it feels just so smooth and nice, and I really enjoy it. If I need like a little more moisture, something a little more like a cream thickness primer seems to really help, especially around my nose area where it gets super dry. I like it a lot. Like I've loved it since I've had it, and I've had it for a while. Next up, a foundation. The foundation that I'm wearing today. I've been wearing it a lot this week actually. I think I've worn it for the last like 4 days in a row. But this is the Pretty Fresh foundation from Colourpop. I do a full review of this foundation. I bought it before it came out on Colourpop's website. I bought it from Ulta the day it released, and I reviewed it, and ever since that review I love it so much. I did a 10-hour wear test in the video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I'll leave a link down below. This is a fantastic foundation. It's affordable, okay? It has a great coverage. It's not too matte, not too dewy. It's very long wearing and fantastic. It has hyaluronic acid in it. And I like the bottle too. I think the bottle is really pretty. So this is what it looks like up close. If you see it and you want to pick it up, definitely worth it. My shade is Fair 20N, which is almost a perfect shade match for me. It's a really great foundation. This was one pump all over my face, by the way. I just went and it went everywhere, and so I feel like it's gonna last me a really long time, and it's really affordable. What's there not to like about that? Next up, the concealer on my face. It is not Shape Tape. Can you believe it? I'm out of Shape Tape at the moment. I'm waiting for it to go on sale because $27 is a lot of money. But this product was half off in Sephora, and I saw it, and they had one shade that was fair, and I bought it, and I do not regret anything. It was great. It's the Power Play Concealer by Cover FX. This has been recommended by so many people. I've seen a lot of videos, and I've always wanted it. I love Cover FX products, but I feel like it looks like a small amount, $24, but $12 on sale. It's so good. I have the shade Fair, or in Fair 1, Neutral Fair, which is absolutely what I need. I could use one shade darker than this. It's pretty light, but I mixed it up with a slightly darker concealer just to make it not stark white under my eyes, and it's so good. Now it has a weird little ball applicator, but it makes it really easy, just bloop, 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 anywhere on your face. And it's actually quite tight in the tube, so it doesn't get all messy. I think this is a fantastic coverage concealer. It is so good. Like, my under eyes are usually pretty dark, like bag-wise, and it just covers up like the majority of my dark circles immediately. Now, again, it's a little fair for me, but if you can find your right shade, especially on sale, like, whew, I'd actually pay full price for this now that I've tried it. Originally, I probably wouldn't pay full price for it because I didn't know if I would like it or not. I'm very particular about concealers, but now that I have tried it, I would absolutely buy this for full price. You know I need to cover up my sins of darkness under my eyes. Alright, we have two other products that are not on my face today. I did use one today, but it's not a product on my face. So let's talk about that. And this is my everyday contour brush. Now this is my Sigma brush set. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link down below. Of course, it's always linked down below because it's back in stock now. I'm hoping this is the last restock. I didn't know this new restock was happening, but we have one last restock and this is in there, or you can buy it separately. I do have a Sigma affiliate link and code with them. But this is the Sigma Curved Kabuki Brush F83. Now this is my everyday. It's stained, okay? Don't judge. This one's a clean one. I have a dirty one too. I have 3 of these because they're so good and I don't want to like wash them and then not have one fresh to use, you know? So I had to get backups, but this is it. It is just so pretty. Now it's weird. I did not understand this brush at first when I first got it and tried it out. I didn't understand what to do for it. But this little divot inside of here helps the contour not like cake up in the middle. It makes it look really smooth and evenly blended out. Both edges help blend out the contour, and this little divot in here makes it so I don't get like a dirty spot of contour under my cheek. Like I used to have like a lot of darkness right in the center of my contour. This really helps buff everything out. You can also use it for cream products too because it has a nice density to it. But it's my favorite contour brush. It is really good underneath the chin, on the forehead. Has like this little smaller side I can kind of use for my nose contour if I want to. Fantastic favorite brush that I own. Lastly is a foundation that I bought way after release, but I do a full video on it because it was expensive and I wanted to make a little bit of money back on it. But this is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I've tried a lot of Charlotte Tilbury products. I enjoy most of them. This is no exception. This foundation I bought at Sephora. It was a little pricey, but it's so freaking pretty. This is the shade 1 Neutral. Again, it's a little fair for me, but I don't mind bronzing it up, especially since it is the summertime. This is probably as dark as I'm gonna get. It's okay to bronze. When the winter time comes, I probably won't have to with it. Such a good long wearing foundation. Again, I'll leave my review link down below, but it's a really good, like, if you have Urban Decay's All Nighter, it's kind of similar to that with just a slightly more matte coverage, like slightly more matte, slightly more coverage to it. Really fantastic foundation. Great for long wearing. If you're gonna sweat, put this on, lock it down with some powder, and you're good to go, honestly. So, great foundation, and I enjoy all the products mentioned in this video, so don't try to sound like I'm a sales rep, but like, if you guys see these, especially if they're on sale, you're not gonna be disappointed. Anyways, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I love talking about products that I absolutely like adore. I also like telling you guys things that I didn't enjoy, just like see if you agree with me or maybe save you some money if there's something you were iffy on already. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any video suggestions for me, leave it in the comment section down below. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you later. Stay safe out there. Bye.